Welcome to my messy work area. Hi, it's Beverly Cole, and I'm in my RV studio. Yesterday we went to visit a local national park, and I usually collect, all the brochures and everything, and this time I decided I was going to use my fodder technique and I was going to make a page in my books. This is the book that I have for my trip. And I have a piece of wax paper that I brought from home, and I decided to work on this page right here. I put the wax paper underneath and I did the layering that I usually do with the glue stick, and I cut all the pages down to the same size, and then I tore them apart. And you can see here I have more than I need for this page, so these will be used in another project. And then I put them here in the book. Now the thing with putting them in the book is that I want to keep it from being too overly chunky. I know it will get chunky. It's already getting chunky only after a couple pages. For the most part was that I took the layer part that I liked and I tore it off or separated it, and then I layered them. Now there are some that are layered on top of each other, but the ones that you see for the most part are from the brochures that I got at the visitor center. And to me, it's much more interesting to look at than just a brochure. How many of us go on trips and collect so much stuff? We bring it home, we put it away, and the next thing you know, yes, our intentions are good. We do have a plan when we begin because we have all of that excitement and so we're collecting the memorabilia. But when we get home, we might even be neat about it. We might put it all in a nice little bag like me, or a cellophane envelope like I've done, and save it. But then after, a year, couple years, it gets to just be a memory, and that work that it would take to put that all in a scrapbook becomes something that is just never going to happen. So this happened today, the day after we went. This is my background. This is my fodder, my paper tearing, my torn faux bills. And then I have my fodder that is digital, and this is one of my birds. Now this is a sparrow. It's not a seabird, but does that really matter? No, because we did see birds. We saw lots of birds, not just seabirds, but we also saw all the different birds that we all see on the East Coast. So you can see some bird feed here. So I'm thinking of doing this, but I want to do something else to make it stand out more. So I am thinking of putting some gesso on here. So I'm going to take some gesso, which I just had out. What did I do with it? It's amazing to me how I lose things without even moving. I'm in an RV, so when I put my gesso in my drawers that I have brought with me, I put it in a Ziploc bag because the cover on this wonderful container, which I keep refilling, doesn't close quite as good as it could because I let all of the gesso build up and I had to scrape it all out. But I put it in a plastic bag so in case it fell over it wouldn't make a mess. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to take a little bit of this gesso and I'm going to put it on my bag. What do you think about that? I have my palette with me, but I really don't need to set the entire palette up because I'm not going to be using paint at this point, just gesso. So I have a brush, pick up some gesso, and I'm going to want to put that bird probably, I'm thinking right here, so that it will stand out. I'm just going to put a little gesso behind it. And you could do this with paint as well. I just happen to love the texture of gesso. So when you know me, I'm always rubbing my hands over my work and I love the feel of it. I don't want to get rid of the words because I see little bits and pieces of where we were, and I want to be able to see those when I look through this to reminisce. So I think that will do. If he stands out, he stands out enough for me. So when that dries, I will attach him right here.